Hello and welcome to the MSBL MABL World Series Daily News Show. I'm Joel Becker.
And I'm Amber Miletto.
The final week of the 25th anniversary of the World Series is underway. We've got scores, standings, and game shots on the way.
That's right, Joel. And you know we've got interviews as well. I talked to some game winners, a real character at the World Series, our registration Sergeant-at-Arms, Red Thompson. Plus, we'll hear from the first World Series tournament director coming right up.
All right, stay tuned for that. We'll get right to it, though, as we check out some game shots.
Tempe Diablo Big Stadium, Berry's Athletic Supply Baseball Club versus the California Tribe. 6 over National Division. We start things off in the top of the sixth. Berry's already on top, 6-1 in this one. And this is David Schneider with the Little Texas Leaguer. Look at this good running catch to make the play for the out in the inning. That brings up Bill Kosha, and he will ground one toward first. First baseman makes the play, takes it himself. Top of the sixth finish, 6-1 Berries. Bottom of the sixth, 2 outs. Dave Kripe with the comebacker. And a nice play by the pitcher. Spins and throws for the final out. 6 gone, 6-1 Berries. Top of the seventh. Bill Sturgeon leads things off with a base hit to center field. Juan Eichelberger will follow, and he will take one just a bit outside for ball 4 and trot down to first. That sends Bill Sturgeon to second base, where he falls a little asleep. A nice pickoff move by Joe Soto. He will run straight at him, and the chase ensues for the pickoff. That's the second out of that inning. At this point, Tom Bendick will follow with the fielder's choice, 6-4. That ends the inning. Berries will tack on 6 more. They win it 12-1.
More Amber and game shots coming up in the show. First, let's take a look at some scores as we kick off Week 3 at the World Series. Coming up in the show, we'll have more scores, game shots, and I spoke with the first MSBL World Series tournament director, Kurt Knopp. Right now, though, let's check in with Amber Miletto, who's with umpire, field supervisor, and registration Sergeant-at-Arms, Red Thompson.
Amber Miletto here, standing here with the infamous Red. Red, how are you doing?
Good. Had no problems.
Good, I'm glad. So I first met you standing in registration at the registration desk. You were manning the fort. That's part of what you do here? Can you go into what your title is here at the MSBL a little bit for me?
I'm a field supervisor actually out at Maryvale. I've been out there for about 5 or 6 years. I started out as an umpire here in 1983.
Oh, wow. So you've been with the organization since the 83?
1983, yeah. 19 years.
Wow, that's a long time. And where do you hail from, Red?
Las Vegas. I was born in Bakersfield, California.
Oh, Bakersfield. I'm from Lake Arrowhead. I played a lot of softball down there. It's nice and hot.
Yeah, it is.
Awesome.
Now I live in the desert.
Go from desert to desert, and now we're back in desert. You can't escape it, Red. You cannot. So other than registration and manning the fields and anything, what else do you do? You help out Tom at all in the office?
I help out Tom in the office whenever he needs it. I help out downstairs. I do some. When I'm out at the fields, I make my rounds around the fields, make sure everything goes okay, and all the MSBL players are behaving themselves.
Watch out for Red, guys. He's on to you. So there really isn't much that you don't do here.
That's true.
You're a busy man. Do you ever get some time to go out and relax, enjoy the sun?
I enjoy what I do.
Well, that's good. That's very important. Very cool. Well, we appreciate your time, Red, and I know you have a bunch to do, so you can go ahead and get back to that, and I would love to talk to you again sometime.
Okay, I'll be at registration today.
I know where to find you.
And tomorrow.
Awesome. Back to you.
Thanks, Amber. Week 3 action from the World Series. We've got more game shots.
Back out to the big stadium, 60 and over Mountain, the Red Deer Legends taking on the San Antonio Rangers. We start things off in the bottom of the 4th inning. It is already 8-4 Rangers at this point. 1 on, 1 out. Al West will slap one into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Now 2 on and 1 out in the inning as the Legends trying to come back in this one. Rich Hyduke. He will hit a ground ball to short, taking a look at second, but instead goes to first for the out. Nice little stab there by the first baseman. And there's second and third and 2 outs. Al Grove, though, the next batter up, will just pop one up into center field for the 3rd out. Threat is over, still 8-4 Rangers. Top of the 5th, nobody on, 2 outs. Rami Maxey with the ground ball to short, long throw, and can't handle it over at first. That'll go down as an error, but a big 2-out one because it opens up the door here. Dave Parker follows with the single to center, 2 on and 2 outs. Mike Coy, the next batter, and with 2 outs once again, another base hit. This one into right field, and this one will score a run. Ball's going to get away from the catcher here on the relay, and it'll be first and third with 2 outs. Now 9-4. Tom Roden with another 2-out hit out to left field and RBI. It is now 10-4 as the run comes in to score. Still 2 on and 2 outs. Yet another 2-out hit, Audley Heath with a base hit into right. RBI, 1 run comes home. 5th ends 11-4. The Rangers will tack on 11 more before it's all over. They win it 22-5. We head back out to Tempe Diablo, the big stadium, 16 over National. The Berries Athletic Supply Baseball Club playing in their 2nd game, this time against the Greenwood Ridge Dragons. We start off top of the 7th, Dragons up 1 out. Tony Shemetz with the ground ball to second, bobbled, and then the throw hurried will get away. Shemetz on the error. Brings up Mark Fess, and he follows with the base hit to center field. That'll be 2 on and 2 out in the inning. Berries have seen enough of pitcher Mike Tricker in the close game. He comes out full sure, comes in, and he will face Rick Torkelson, 2 on and 2 out. And the fly ball into center field. That will be caught to end the inning. Berries escape, still leading 2-1. Bottom of the 7th now, 2 on, nobody out. Mike Tricker, the former pitcher, now takes one into left center for a base hit. 1 run will come in to score. It's 3-1 for the Berries. Brings up Larry Walker, and he takes one hard on the side. Not too happy about it. Throws down the bat, heads to first. That loads the bases. Brings up Jerry Enco, and he will send one into right center field. That's going to be deep enough for the sac fly. 1 run comes in, 4-1. Turned out to be a topsy-turvy game. Greenwood eventually comes back, and they will finish with the 9-7 win.
Amber Boletto here, standing here with Alan Green. How you doing, Alan?
Great after that victory.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys really made a comeback in the 8th. What was working for you?
Well, we've been hitting the ball and getting guys on base. We just couldn't score them. We left like 12 guys on base, and finally we started to score some of them.
Yeah.
But we'd put pressure on them for the whole game. We left like I said, 12 guys on base, and finally got some clutch hits. That was the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. It was very close until the end, and you guys came out with the W. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Any star players for you today?
Well, I know Mark Adams was on 4 times. I'd have to look at the stats, and John Ludwig scored, I think, three of our runs for us. So those two guys for sure, Mark Adams and John Ludwig.
Very cool. So today, did you guys get started? Do you guys have more games tomorrow? What's the plan for the rest of the week?
This is the first day. So we actually play these guys twice more, and we play the Sacramento Tribe 3 times. So the national division is tough, and all the teams are tough. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for your time. Good luck in the rest of the tournament, and thank you very much, Alan.
Thanks, Amber.
Of course.
Right.
Back
Thank
to you.
More results from yesterday's action. We heard a few times over the first 2 weeks of the 25th anniversary of the MABL World Series from tournament director Tom Prendergast. But as many of you know, Tom wasn't the original tournament director. I was fortunate enough to spend a few minutes with the man who was, Kurt Knopp, and we wanted to share that with you right now. It's the 25th anniversary of the MABL World Series, and over the course of this tournament, we have gotten together with a number of people involved over the years at the tournament, and I have the first tournament director, Kurt Knopp, with us today. And so we just had to talk to you, Kurt, about how this all got started.
Appreciate it, Joel. You know, it's amazing to reminisce about something 25 years ago, but back in '88, we'd received this phone call from Steve and asking how he gained access to the spring training facilities, and that was the genesis of it. And the sports management company that I was with at the time, we did the very first tournament, and all 38 teams that were here had a great experience, but it was the genesis of it all.
I had to ask you, so that means 25 years ago, you would have known Lou Myers when he was in his 50s.
Yeah, Lou was, Lou had just actually retired, I think. He might have been a little older than that then, but good man. And
being generous.
Right, part of the great characters that have helped make up the event over the years.
Well, and that's the thing, is that, you know, you were tournament director for what, about 10 years or so?
I did the first 10 years of the event, and '97 passed the baton to Tom Prendergast, who's done an amazing job, and taken obviously what Steve had concepted and what we put together and obviously built on it. And it's a tremendous, again, it's a tremendous testament to not only the league, but also its participants over the years.
Well, and I've asked Steve this, but I'd be curious to know your thoughts on it as well. First year, did you ever envision something like this?
Absolutely not. I mean, I guess with the passion that you knew that Steve possessed even then, you knew that it was not going to be a one-time wonder event. It was going to continue to be successful. The interest in the leagues, the ability and the passion to get out and get the media that then led to the growth of the leagues, you just could tell that early on it was going to be a successful event.
In the 10 years that you were the tournament director, what do you think you are most proud of in terms of how the tournament has progressed?
You know, I'd say just the commitment. I mean, I watched an inning, the first inning I saw this morning, you know, early in the day. I just continually realize that it's about the baseball, that that's the core product, that's the core value. It's about guys having a great time, having a wonderful experience, getting a chance to have a competitive environment, and the camaraderie of their teammates. And I think that has been the unifying force over the 25 years that inning of baseball I saw this morning would look just like the innings that we saw 25 years ago and what they'll look like 25 years from now.
Well, and actually one of the things you probably didn't see in those years were the 65s and 70s that are playing now, and it's just so amazing to me because you know, when I first started seeing those a few years ago, it was just a fabulous way of moving
Absolutely.
on.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We didn't see those guys the first years. It was 30 to 39 and 40 and older, and we had 2 divisions, 2 champions. The tournament was 4 days long in the first year, but clearly there was interest and growth. And again, I think it's a testament to the league's ability to grow, change with the times, be inclusive, and continually look for ways to include a greater number of people to come down and participate. So,
and if you had the power to just decide in the future, what would you love to see happen to this tournament?
You know, I think this is one of those things that if it's not broken, don't fix it. And people have asked over the course of time, is this ever going to be an event where people have to qualify to come and participate? And I think that that's actually the beauty of the event, that that's not the case, that as long as there's the ability to have fields and access and umpires to officiate those games, it's going to continue to be an open event. And I think that's actually, it's perhaps one of its great assets.
Well, we really appreciate you coming out for the 25th anniversary of the World Series. You having been there for the first 10 years, I'm sure it gives you a certain amount of good feelings to know that it has gone on this long.
Absolutely, very proud, and at the same time realize that Steve and Tom and everybody else who's still affiliated will continue to carry on that torch.
All right, well, thanks.
Thanks.
All right, that's Kurt Knopp. I'm Joel Becker.
Good stuff, Joel. It's really amazing how things have changed over the course of 25 years.
It absolutely is. So week 3 is underway. What has been your favorite part of the first 2 weeks of the tournament?
You mean other than getting my free t-shirt?
Yes, I mean other than that.
Well, other than shopping at the trade show, all the people I've got to interview so far, legends like Rollie Fingers and even just the regular players after they won.
And the marriage proposals, too.
Well, duh, of course, those. I still have my rock.
So what are you looking forward to in week 3?
Halloween. Hello, I've been planning my costume for weeks.
Really? Well, you know, me too. I'll be going as the Invisible Man.
What? That's my costume.
You could never pull it off. So that about wraps things up for today's show. We hope you enjoyed the day's events, and we thank you for letting us bring them to you. This has been the MABL World Series Daily News Show. I'm Joel Becker.
And I'm Amber Belletta.
Thanks for watching.